If you didn't see the last video, we finally woke this thing up from its 12-year nap. But it's still a little bit tired. The front right brake caliper is sticking, so we had a hell of a time getting it on the trailer. Definitely didn't do any burnouts on the U-Haul.
Bruh.
But anyways, you know what they say, when you break stuff, upgrade it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So it's really common on these SCs to throw 1995 LS400 brakes on this, so that's what we're going to be doing today. And since this thing has been sitting so long, I figured it'd be a good idea to use PB Blaster on every fitting possible, and luckily nothing broke. This is the only real, like, modification, I guess you would call it, that you have to do to the Lexus SC 400 and 300 to put the LS 400 big brakes on. And my dust shields were already so cooked, I figured it'd just be a better idea to not try to unbolt them, so I just cut some slits in them and bent them back to make clearance for the rotor. And while we're in there, figured it'd be a good idea to do some stainless steel brake lines to make the braking feel a little bit better. Now this rotor and caliper setup isn't super big, but it is way bigger than the factory SC 300 and 400 brakes. The rotor spins freely, so we are good to go. Guys, I got great news. After figuring out a little problem, which ended up to be low transmission fluid as far as I know, the car now moves under its own power. I only drove about 5 miles an hour, but there's no grinding or weird noises. They're definitely a little bit squishy still, so I have to figure out whatever that is. I think it's the brake booster because the pedal's stiff until I turn the car on. Bro. Am I getting bombed right now, bro? But we don't have a whole lot left to go. I have to rebuild the power steering because it is just pissing fluid. That's from it sitting here about 30 seconds. Basically, when the car's on, it shoots out of that boot all the way down there. That, where you at, the boot right there, it leaks out of that like crazy. But yeah, so far, good progress on the Lexus. The brakes were super easy to do, honestly, like the easiest brake job I've ever done. Everything cracked free. I only had to heat up one bolt. Like, that's not bad at all. And we got our stainless lines in too. We're gonna be removing the power steering rack. As of right now, I'm just sticking to rebuilding it instead of buying a new one. After wasting a bunch of time, I realized I should have just bought a new power steering rack, but it was a lot cheaper to rebuild than to buy a new one, so I figured, hey, why not? But I went through the whole rebuild and I believe I did it completely correct. There was a full hour-long video on YouTube about it, very detailed. But after spending 2 days doing a full rebuild on the rack, this happened. So it's the next day. I let the car sit overnight, and as you can tell, it's leaking in the same spot that it was. Right out of that boot, which, if you know anything about steering racks, the boot doesn't hold the fluid, so it's not the boot, that's just a dust shield. I did see some rust on the actual steering shaft itself, like the rod that pushes in and out to turn the wheels. I'm thinking that because there was some rust and there was little like micro gaps, that maybe that's where a seal was sitting. That's why it was failing in the first place, is because of that, not the seals, which would make sense. So maybe there was, I don't know, there wasn't really any rust. It looked like the metal was just gone. Like, I wish I would have taken a video of it, but unfortunately, it looks like we're gonna have to do this job over again. Unfortunately, it is gonna have to wait a little bit till I recoup some money, but that sucks. What can you do about it? Probably just gonna keep pushing fluid out of the power steering reservoir, and we're gonna lose all of our fluid. It's gonna make a mess. So just something to be prepared for. I don't think this car is gonna be driving anytime soon because of these problems. It sucks, but it's all right. At least we got the brakes done and the car runs and everything, and it drives. So, I mean, whatever. We just won't have power steering. So not the biggest deal in the world.
One eternity later.
All right, guys, today is the day. I am finally replacing the power steering rack in the Lexus. I also have to make some adapters to fit our new coolant reservoir because the old one leaks and OEM ones are like $300, so I'm good. We also have our tie rod ends and boots for the new power steering rack that I got over here. So yeah, let's get right to it.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
New power steering rack installed. Got the Poly Super Pro bushings. Have our new boots and also our new tie rod ends. So this should be pretty crispy now compared to what we did have. And also, the headlights are in and I polished the one side of the car and honestly, looks pretty good. Here's what it did look like. And now that's, yeah, it's pretty sweet. So currently I can't drive the car because the idle air control valve was completely corroded on the inside. It was not a good candidate to rebuild. So I ended up just buying a whole new one. It's gonna be here at the end of this week or the beginning of next. So I'm just waiting on that to come in and then we can finally run this thing again. I'm waiting on the proper fittings to come in from Amazon for this coolant reservoir because this one leaks as far as I know, and I just don't want to mess with it. They crack over time anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. This aluminum one, yes, it's gonna hold less fluid, but I think it's gonna be just fine. It should be a little bit more reliable for us. The whole interior basically put back in. Don't mind the footprint, that's from me. Bruh. I'm waiting on my new shift knob to come in because the old one got absolutely cooked. It literally just crumbled in my hand. And then the LCD screen on the climate control, they always leak and get destroyed. So when I turn that on, there's nothing there. So I got a rebuild kit coming in very soon as well for that. So some time has passed and it's finally time to put our coolant reservoir together. I got the fittings in the mail, so let's do this. I'm so close to getting this thing running and driving.
Stop the cap!
And the one thing that I was waiting on was the idle air control valve. It looks like it has some pitting in it, but it's not a big deal. It's probably gonna be 20 times better than the one that we already had, so.
It's like recording a baby's first steps.
Bruh.
It's chilling. It's just going a little up and down.
Alright, I'm backing out. Wait, let me press the brakes once. We're good.
Ben's here.
The power steering feels amazing.
Let's go.
Ready to rip, dude. Not weird.
Sender.
Look at the seat.
Bruh.
Sender.
Burn out right now.
Dude, donut.
It's all coming straight from the header.
Oh yeah, there's a massive exhaust leak.
That muffler is not doing
Oh, we put smoke through it everywhere.
it. Yeah. Oh, it smells. It smells.
Hey,
like
that's a healthy engine right there.
It smells like something died in it. After 5,000 years.
Look at her. Holy
The
shit.
brakes work.
My way to the track.
It might just be the musk of the car. It might not even be anything wrong with it. It might just smell.
It's not doing the idle thing anymore, dude.
It smells.
Oh, I know.
Dude. That looks pretty good.
Oh my god, bro. Burning, that's a slight misfire. It's burning something. All right, hyper smoke. Show me the money that I have to spend. Show me the money. Okay, there's smoke. All right, it's making its way through the system, Derek. Okay, now reality strike. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. All right. There's something on this intake box that's leaking. Oh my god, it is pouring. I'm talking literally just shooting out, Derek. Like I can see the stream. Nice. I need to get this on camera, bro. Well, something is open to the atmosphere right there. I mean, there's a steady stream right there. Is there any... Ugh. Getting smoked out.
Put them on their vehicles. It's really weird.
Killing the game, bro.
Yeah, Altoona's like a mecca powerhouse now just because of the anime girls. We could turn Altoona into Japan.
We could.
One busty waifu at a time.
Hey. That's life. Oh, I see it. Oh my god. You see it, the hose is not touching the breather, so it's open right now. Alright guys, so the fan controller is basically installed. I have one wire to mess with, and that is this yellow wire. This is the 12 volt ignition wire to tell the relay to turn on when the ignition's on only, so it doesn't drain the battery. I was looking in this fuse box, there's nothing in here that isn't constant power. There's no switched ignition at all. So I'm having to go into my cigarette lighter fuse. Bro, I think I overfilled the coolant a little bit. Well, we had a little bit of a spill. It started really bubbling up all of a sudden, and I literally couldn't control it. I shut the car off and it just went everywhere, so beginner mistake. I don't know what the idling is. I keep getting it to like chill for a second and then it does its thing back and forth, so I'm gonna post in the Lexus group and see if anyone knows anything, but I just don't know what the idle problem is. It got up to temp and everything, like basically It didn't hit the half. It was like right at quarter. The excess coolant is probably gone since it all bubbled over. So I'm just going to take the cone filter out, spray it out with some compressed air, and wipe everything off, and we'll try this again. All right, so I believe I figured out the problem. Don't mind these loose wires, because I had to take everything apart to test the wiring and everything to make sure it wasn't something that I did to make the fans not come on. I was testing this sensor. It's not closing the ground like it's supposed to turn the fans on the relay. So I bought a new one of these, and we're gonna put that in today. And also this thing has to be grounded, and I didn't know that. Should be good after I get this temp sensor fixed and replaced. Once we get that figured out, I think we can actually burp the coolant properly this time. So the Lexus is currently at a standstill here. It's just chilling in the garage for now, which is fine. I'd rather it be in here than outside. But the idle air control valve is on the way. I got a new one coming in, and then it should be all good. If it still idles like that, we probably need to get an ECU rebuild, which is fine. It's honestly like maintenance on these Lexuses. So the fans work. This is too low of a temperature to click on the fans. It's 190. So they're kicking on and they're not kicking back off. I have a 200 Fahrenheit one instead of a 190, and then it shuts off at 185. It should be good. Don't mind the coolant everywhere because it's sprayed all over the place, as you saw. I just need to get that coil wire fixed, which I have the box right there of the new ones, and that's also the new thermostatic switch. Well, the new idle air control valve came in, and it's beautiful. It looks really good on there. It's way cleaner than the one we did have. So I just changed the idle air control valve and started it up, and it didn't do the idle surging thing at all, which is awesome, even when it warmed up. I think that idle air control valve actually just fixed our problem, which is freaking huge. The brakes feel better, I think. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but I feel like the brakes are better. Let's try starting it without the mass airflow sensor and see if it does the idle thing still. So is this mass airflow sensor just bad? I started it up earlier when it was completely cold. It hasn't ran in like 2 weeks. Didn't know this was unplugged. It idled great. It didn't do the thing at all. It idled down slowly. And then once it got to the low idle of it being warm, it started chopping like that. So maybe this is our culprit. After digging into this new idle air control valve that I purchased, it is also seized.
Bruh.
So this is strike 3 for eBay sellers with these saying, oh, they work good. They work fine. Yeah. Okay, buddy. This one doesn't even spin at all. So it's completely cooked. So I just ordered a brand new remanufactured one for like $300. If it shows up and it's messed up, dude, we're going to have a problem, but it'll be all good. It literally says in the description, new bearings, it was pulled apart, cleaned, everything. So that should fix our idle problem, and then we can start fixing the other stuff from there. But for now, I got to ship this back, and we got our new ignition wires finally. I need a new distributor cap, but I think I might just have to buy a new one and take this all apart again. It's just the timing cover, I think, right here. Accessory belt has to come off. It's real easy to take off, thankfully. We can just put new coolant in it while we're there, get a new cap for this, and we'll probably just do this one too while we're at it, because I guess obviously they crack. That one just snapped right off, so don't want that happening on the road, or if we're wide open throttle doing a pull or something and it snaps and then it misfires and the engine blows up. So don't want anything like that to happen. I'm going to get a new gasket for that as well. So the Lexus is going to be sitting for a little bit now. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is going to be a longer video. I can just tell. Let me know what you guys think about the longer videos. I usually watch longer videos on YouTube, like hour-long, 40-minute long videos. Most of the time they're just playing in the background, but they are nice to watch. I would rather make lots of progress in one video, but it take a couple weeks to make, other than, oh, I fixed one little thing and we're gonna make a whole 10-minute video about it. I just don't see a point. I think there's a lot more flow to videos like this, where it's one thing after another. So let me know what you guys think, but hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Make sure to comment your thoughts if you have any, and like and subscribe, of course. Thank you guys so much.